Today I'm going to show you guys how I made this KNOCK2 ISOXO and TISOKI style drop. Alright, first things first, was that fire? Let me know in the comment section down below. Yes, you read it right, it's a free FLP, which means the first link in the description of this video will give you the project file. One thing to note, not everything will be the same. Some of these serum presets I've used, I will have consolidated into audio files so you can use them. And if you want the serum presets, I have my pack linked in the description of this video as well. Let's get into it. Alright, this kick is a kick from my free drum kit, also linked in the description. Nice and punchy. Just fire. We're at 150 BPM, so if you can see, our drum pattern is yay long and it goes like this. Simple. We have a corresponding side chain to go along with the kick. Now, what is a side chain? In case you don't know, if you go into your mixer and you create a separate channel, this is how I do it. Call it side chain, alright, and then route it into the master like every other one. And I put a fruity balance in there. You just automate the volume, the amount of time that you want. So right here, select this amount of time, go on to your fruity balance, right click on volume, and then create automation clip, and you'll get this sort of clip. And you can put keyframes that follow a little bit this shape of your kick. Basically, you're putting the volume of everything down so that your kick has some space to push through the mix. Next up, this clap, very basic clap, which I've just boosted and clipped here. If you don't clip, it goes way loud. And you go in here, boosting the high mids and trebles, and then put a little sound goodizer on there. Now my kick and clap and all the other drums are going into a drum bus, which has a compressor on it called Nani. Now I'm not opening that one, but if you know, you know. It's just a compressor. Alright, kick and clap. To be very honest with you, it sounds a little bit goofy, but I kind of like that. It's supposed to sound a bit exciting and goofy, a little bit naive. This is the style. We want it to sound a bit young. Okay, next up we've got this shaker slash hat pattern. When you break it down, the most important part is this offbeat, which repeats, but we've also got one on beat and then a swingy sort of middle part here. Swing because it's not hitting exactly in between the onbeat and offbeat. It's hitting 1/3 off of that, basically. Instead of you get. I think that's the best way for me to describe that, explain that. So all together. Simple enough, right? I do have this other drum loop here. It's like an amen break. It's just kind of to fill the space, add some highs. You can use any loop you would like. I've used this one because I can then make it so that the snare of this sample is hitting on the clap as well. Boom, boom, ka, 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 right here. Ka, 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 ka. So at least that lines up. So all together. Let's get on to what makes this so fire. Alright, so we're going to start with the sub because that's kind of the main element here. Check it. This is a sub from my preset pack, Metamorphosis. Now all I'm doing here is modulating the chorus pitch to make it extremely punchy. And you can do this with any, sine wave of yours. Basically, first you're going to want to take your envelope, any of them, shape them to a spike like this, and then drag your envelope over the chorus pitch and go on to matrix and make sure it's set to the mode just with the arrow to the right, and then make it so that you set it to whatever level you want. This just makes it super punchy because you're modulating a pitch there. So it almost sounds like a kick by itself. Next up, this part here. Very painful to listen to. This is a lead from that same preset pack. And again, I'm modulating the pitch, but this time kind of drastically. Right here you can see like a laser sound. So I'm turning it into a laser sound effect right there. These are my effects that I've put on there. Next up, this rave generator, but this techno head. This is the rave generator is free, so you can just download that for free. I'll put a link in the description. And I've put some reverb and some OTT on there. Partially going into the sidechain, partially going straight into my bass bus. Alright, so bass bus, so that I can put the sub and the rave generator together, and it kind of compresses. So it sounds so crunchy, you know, so it sounds that KNOCK2 crunchy style. Alright, now together with that laser. Alright, now we add this little arpeggiator. You can use any arpeggiator, you can get rid of it, the simplest thing there. Any sort of key or lead, cut it short and play with the octaves. Lastly, for layering, I've got this sound effect here, which layers with the laser. Some extra noise, it's a noise layer. So all together. Noise layers are underrated but very important. Alright, you're gonna want to fill your whole spectrum from sub to extremely high treble, and then leave some out in the bass. You don't want to go too hard on the bass. Then we've got this last little sound effect here. I just thought it was sick. So layer that with the first kick here. And that's it really all together. And then I've added this little intro bit with this vocal here from Splice, to be very honest with you.
Free your mind, talk to me, speak in waves, frequencies, heartbeat, destiny, lost in sound, we are free.
And that's the truth, Ruth. Listen, I want to make more videos like this. I want to make a more in-depth tutorial, but I haven't, I don't know if that's something you guys would like to see. I might just make it anyway. An in-depth, 30-minute long tutorial on how to make bass house from start to finish. I just know that my shorter videos like these perform better. If you want to chat with me or any of my friends, check out our Discord community, also linked in the description of this video. I'm gonna play this drop once more and say peace out to you. Also, watch this video if you're still here. I highly recommend it. It's a bit more personal, but I really like it. Peace.